Recently, I've seen a lot of talk online about the Phillies and their record. A lot of people have a lot to say in regards they are better at beating under 500 teams than they are 500 teams. Hey, you're supposed to beat sub 500 teams at a higher rate and then compete with over 500 teams. It's very stupid to rip on a team because of who they play. You're acting like they have a choice in the matter. Regardless of your opinion, the Phillies are 24-11 and they sit in first place in the NL East. The Phillies are a good team. They have played 10 different teams so far and have a winning or 500 record against 8 of them. They are 1-2 against Atlanta, but the thing is, they're division rivals. It's going to be competitive between the two, and they got a lot more games to play. They are 3-4 against the Reds and have played some good games, but the thing is, the Reds are also one of the better teams in baseball. They split 2-2 with the Pirates, but that was also when they were on their hot streak and they're beating everyone. Besides that, they have a winning record against 7 other teams they've played. 4 of those were sweeps. The thing about the Phillies is we've watched them play well and even better in the postseason. They lost in the World Series in 2022 and they lost in 7 games in the NLCS last year. This team has been well put together and knows how to compete. And they're currently 13 games over 500 in the beginning of May. This team is about to continue the run they started back in 2022. They have a solid core, they got a great GM, and they know how to play competitive games. Philly is one of those places where you see a team that is very tight-knit and just connected to the city. The key to winning is by having a core locked down for a long time, and the Phillies are one of those teams that do very well with that. Before the season, they gave Zack Wheeler a 3-year, $126 million extension. Next up, they gave Aaron Nola a 7-year, $172 million deal to keep him long-term. They also have the main core in Harper and Trea Turner that are locked down until at least the 2030s. They know exactly who they want to lead the pitching staff and the offense. But beyond those extensions for Wheeler and the Nola contract, they gave out 3 other major league contracts. They signed Whit Merrifield to an $8 million one-year deal, Kobe Allard to a 1-year, $1 million deal, and then Spencer Turnbull to a 1-year, $2 million deal, which low-key might be one of the best moves they have made so far. They have a very well-constructed team with a solid farm system as well. They boast 4 top 100 prospects, including 2 pitchers and 2 position players. At 68 on the top 100 list, they got Justin Crawford, whose ETA is 2026. At 54, they have Aiden Miller, whose ETA is 2027. At 44, they have Mick Abel, whose ETA is this year. And at 23, they have Andrew Painter, whose ETA is 2025. That's how you have to do it. You spend money and you keep prospects on deck. So far, they easily have a top 5 offense. This offense ranks 5th in runs scored, stolen bases, average, and homers. They also rank 4th in on-base percentage. The main 2 in the core are playing very, very well. Harper is hitting .232 with a .365 on base, along with 7 homers and 21 RBIs. Trea Turner is hitting .343 with a .392 on base, 2 homers, 10 stolen bases, and 27 runs scored. Alex Bohm is also having a phenomenal season because he's hitting .357 with a .427 on base, with 4 homers and 126 at-bats. Pretty much every starter is playing well except for Castellanos. Castellanos, who's on a $100 million contract, is hitting .191 with a .248 on base and 131 at-bats. Castellanos knows he sucks right now, and if you really want to do what you could do, Philly faithful, remember the Trea Turner treatment, the standing ovations? Might as well try it with Castellanos. The worst that happens, he doesn't play well. The best that happens is exactly what happened with Trea Turner. So why not? You guys are the ones who started the movement. Continue it. The reality of it is if Castellanos picks it up, the offense gets even better. Which, to be honest, is hard to think is even possible, but it is. The offense definitely plays and is a strong suit for Philly, but I'd argue that the best part of the team is pitching, specifically the starting rotation. Pitching for Philly as a whole is very, very good. They rank 6th overall in team ERA with a 3.34, and they're also tied for 2nd with the most saves in baseball with 12. I want to start with how good the rotation is. It might be the best in baseball, but if not the best, it's close to it. Zack Wheeler in 45 innings has a 1.79 ERA. Aaron Nola in 43 innings has a 3.32. Ranger Suarez in 47 innings has a 1.72. Christopher Sanchez has a 3.68 in 29 innings. And Taijuan Walker has a 6.39 in 12 innings. He just got back. He should figure it out. I don't think he's a 6 ERA guy, but more or less at his age, probably like a 4. But to me, as I kind of foreshadowed earlier, the biggest surprise for me has to be Spencer Turnbull. He currently has the best ERA of the rotation with a 1.67 through 32 innings. This staff is elite front to back and is a big reason they are winning like they are. Jose Alvarado is the closer for the squad and he's 7 for 7 on saves, but he has a 4.3 ERA in 14 innings. In reality, that should go down as he gets more innings and kind of increases the sample size. They have some very solid arms in the pen, but they're 12 for 18 as a team on saves, which isn't as good as it could be, but it plays. The Phillies pen has came a long way from being one of the worst. They have some solid names and some solid performers. Matt Strahm has a 1.38 in 13 innings, and Jeff Hoffman has a 1.13 in 16 innings. Gregory Soto has a 6.10 in 10 innings, but like Alvarado, his should lower over time. This pitching staff, just like the offense, is absolutely elite. Overall, the Phillies rank very high in almost every facet of the game, and I don't really think you could even debate they aren't top 5. This team is just phenomenal. They're winning games and everyone's pretty much playing well, and if you get a few more guys to get out of their slumps, such as Castellanos, they're going to get even better. It's crazy. I guarantee they make the playoffs. Whether they win the division or the wild card is really up for debate, but I think this could be the year, based on kind of how they've been playing, that they can take that division title from Atlanta, which is something Atlanta's held on to for a pretty long time, but I think this might be the year. I think if every single team was in one division, I don't think many teams could top Atlanta for the top of the division. Maybe the Dodgers, and then honestly, I'm going to have to put the Phillies right after that. Not many teams are better than Atlanta, but I think Philly might be this year. This is a good team, and I will go out and say this, if they don't make it to at least the NLCS this year, I kind of see the season as a failure. Like, you made 2 NLCSs and you had a World Series in the past 2 years, you got to do it again. The team is better in my opinion, and that's kind of like the bare minimum. That's the bar, the NLCS. In the end, this will be a fun team. Bryce Harper's one of my favorite players in baseball, and he's been balling out. Ever since he got out of that slump early on with that 3-homer game, he's been real fun to watch. And he's got dad strength coming off the paternity list. Anyways, go ahead and comment your thoughts on the Phillies below. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys later.